Hello, everyone, right here playing Farming Simulator 19 on Automokes. Currently finishing up the cultivating mission here on field 27. I think it was 27, something like that, whatever number field this was, everyone. The fertilizing mission is already complete. We need to wrap that up here in a minute, and then we'll see what other missions we can possibly get into here this episode. I think we're maybe close, Evan, to maybe being able to purchase our own equipment here. We'll find out. Don't know. I shouldn't have to go back and get that a little bit. I don't think we should be able to finish this here. Got to be really close to being done, I would think. Wait for that message to pop up here in a moment. When it comes to the cultivating mission, everyone, there's really no sense in, like, completely, fully finishing it. Once it's close to being done, complete it, right? Versus the harvesting, everyone, where, of course, you get the extra grain. You definitely want to finish those missions completely, or at the field completely, right? Yeah, there we go. Contractor field 27 is finished. Good enough. They can finish up the rest themselves. That's, yeah, good enough for that, right? Okay, so fertilizing. Oh, that's failed. Okay. Anyway, that takes care of that. We'll collect on that one. Yeah, that's worth a whopping $1,650. That wasn't much. Not bad on the fertilizer one, though. $9,000 for that one. We'll take that. Or actually, well, $8,000 because we had to lease the equipment, but still not bad. That puts us up to, I guess I'll have to get out of the menu. Anyway, before we do that, though, I see we got field 3 for harvesting. That one, $22,000. Yes, please, we'll take that. Borrow that if we could. Make sure I remember to borrow it. I keep forgetting to do that. I'm guessing that one's got the tractor, so better not take that. And I'd love to take it of them, but better not. Actually, I wonder if we... Well, I don't think that'll work. I was going to say I could take the job without borrowing the equipment. I wonder if we could do that. I wonder. Let's give that a try. Well, let's give that a try, because we can use this equipment, maybe? We'll accept the contract, because, again, we don't want to take... or borrow the items for that one. That would not be good. Not be good. Not sure if it'll let me use this combine in that field or not. We're going to find out. If it will, then we'll start on that field first, get that one done. Then we'll move on to whatever field this one was designated for. So speaking of which field do we have to go for that one? That one is field 25. Field 25. And which one is 25 here? 25 is that one. Okay, that is quite the field. What is the one we're supposed to be harvesting, by the way? This one is field 3. Okay, so field 3. Where's field 3? Field 5, 9, 3. That one there. Okay, that one down there. Cool. Getting some fields. I haven't really played a whole lot on here on this map. Field 25, we've definitely harvested that one before, so not particularly interesting there probably, but field 3, I don't know if I've really done a whole lot of work on that field in the past. Again, when this is the third time, I didn't even realize that when I seen this map being released, like, that looks like a good one. Yeah, third time I've played on this map here so far, so I guess I like Automokes, don't know. I was going to go for a different map, by the way, but that map, yeah, that map just did not feel fully finished and released yet, and technically it wasn't actually a released version of the map yet. It was still being worked on, so it's like, you know what, let's see what else we can find. And just so happened that this map came out. It's like, well, you know what? We're going to check this one out here again. So again, this is like the released version. The one we played on before, everyone, was very, very broken. So, yep, this one here seems to be working so far. Haven't had any issues. Other than when I tried to load Seasons mod, everyone, I was not able to successfully load the Seasons mod with it. That's probably just something I have that's conflicting with it. I don't know what it was. So just decided, you know what? Skip it. We'll not use Seasons mod on here. Otherwise, I was going to play with the Seasons mod, everyone, but... like I said, did not want to load, so, oh well. With that being said, we'll probably be seeing lots of seasons here when Farming Simulator 22 comes out. Sounds like that will be built into the game. Not entirely sure how that's all going to work yet. From what they've said, I would got a pretty good idea, but, yeah, we'll find out. Oh yeah, that definitely looks like a different house. This was our main farmyard. Oh, actually, I guess it would be a different house, because I'm pretty sure I put... one down here, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I cleared out the house that was on the original farm here. Yeah, this one is probably what this farmyard is supposed to look like. For those of you who remember my playthrough here, that was probably going on, what, 2-3 years ago now? Somewhere in there, because, yeah, that was one of the, I think it was one of the first maps, modded maps we played on here when Farming Simulator 19 came out. Wow, that seems like a long time ago, right? Yeah, a little bit different looking farmyard there. Oh, watch where we're going here. Again, like I said, on the original series there, all the it's a very, very broken map. So what I did, everyone, is just pretty much cleared out all the buildings that were on Farm 2. This is Farm 2, right? Cleared all those buildings out, and just kind of put down a whole bunch of placeable buildings in their place. And I think it turned out pretty good, if you ask me. It turned out pretty good. I was quite happy with how that farmyard worked out. Okay, moment of truth. Actually, I should check this. Yeah, this is definitely the right header. This is narrow soy. What is narrow soybeans? I have no idea. What are narrow soybeans? Don't mind me just driving over the crop here. Hold that header up there. Combine should be ready to go, right? Will let me harvest? It looks like it will. Yes, it will. Okay, perfect. Obviously, I probably would prefer to borrow the equipment from, this job that it's due for, right? But unfortunately, yeah, that's just, oh, wow, that is some, that's a texture. Wow. Okay, then. Anyway. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to prefer to borrow the equipment. That way I got it, check the combine and can harvest both fields at the same time. But unfortunately, that's just not going to be possible here because, yeah, can't borrow that one. It comes with a Fendt tractor. For some reason, it causes the game to crash. I'm assuming it's the same issue like the Vulture tractor, stuff like that. Didn't realize that tractor would cause that, but apparently it does. Apparently it does. Oh, well. Much quieter in the cab. Also, in some ways, a little easier to see in the cab, surprisingly. Usually not necessarily the case, but those trees there overhanging make it kind of difficult to see the crop. Oh, yes, this is a fun field to harvest, everyone. Has, what, a couple islands out in the middle of it. Plus, we got this, like, peninsula that sticks out. Odd-shaped field. Oh, yeah, fun stuff here, everyone, fun stuff. Like I said, for anyone not looking for a good map to play, I definitely recommend this one. Very much what I would call an American-feeling map. I don't know if we have fields quite this bad around where I live, everyone, but there's definitely fields similar to this around here. Actually, you know what I would say? Yeah, there's definitely fields that are this bad around where I live. If not, probably even worse. All the peninsulas and islands in the fields. Seems like most farmers nowadays have probably taken care of, you end up with that single tree that's out in the middle of the field. You don't see too many of those anymore. Most farmers have got rid of those. Which, kind of makes sense in some ways, everyone. You got just one single tree out in the middle of the field that, first off, none of the crops around that tree are probably going to do well. And then not to mention, you have to work around that single tree all the time. It gets rather annoying. Now, when it comes to the other type of tree, the planted ones that have the lines coming off them, yeah, unfortunately, there's not much you can do about those. Yeah, power poles are kind of where they're at. Don't want to run into those either. And unfortunately, that probably happens more often than you realize, too. You got, the random power poles just out and running through the middle of a field. Yep, at some point, things tend to happen sometimes. Reminder, by the way, if you'd like to join us in on the RDAllen multiplayer servers, that information down below in the description there. Anyone is welcome to join us as long as you can play nicely and follow the rules. Microphone's not required to join us on TeamSpeak, by the way. And again, that information is down below in the description there. So again, just join us in on the RDAllen TeamSpeak server. Download links for the mods for the servers, by the way, can be found in TeamSpeak. So once you join the RDAllen TeamSpeak server there, just join us on whichever server channel you'd like to join. Typically, I'm on server 3 is usually kind of the hangout server for some reason. Don't know why it's 3 instead of 1, but that just seems to be the way it is. So And then, like I said, inside that channel, you'll find the download links for the mods for that server. All these crops are really, like, blowing around. That's kind of cool. Rather mesmerizing. Just the way they're swaying back and forth. I'm very, very uniform. Still trying to figure out what the point of narrow soybeans is, though. Oh, wait a minute, everyone. I wonder. Narrow soybeans. Just happen to have a thought here. I'm going to wonder if the narrow soybeans, they mean the width of the rows. Are the width of the rows narrow? In other words, when these soybeans are planted closer together on narrower rows. So narrow soybeans. Again, it depends on the farmer. But sometimes farmers can use a regular corn planter, a regular row crop planter, which is usually set up for 30-inch rows. Apparently that's what corn likes, is corn approximately likes 30-inch rows. Or sometimes a little bit smaller, but that also gives enough room for tires to get down the rows as well. So yeah, like I said, a lot of times normal corn planters are set up for 30-inch rows. Go to plant your soybeans with the same planter you plant your corn with, you end up with soybeans that are on 30-inch rows. You can also, however, plant soybeans with like a drill as well. And a lot of times on drills, everyone has, what, 7 inches? Someone have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's like right around 7 inches, give or take. And of course, that probably varies on the drill as well. But with drills, everyone, you can plant, I think, like I said, 7 inches here between the rows. So 7 inches between each row. There's also the option, everyone, if you go back to the row crop style planters, you can get double the rows by having the planter set up for 15 inch. So you have to have double the number of planting units, right? But then once you have that, everyone, you can plant soybeans on 15-inch rows. Typically, you don't plant corn on 15-inch rows. I think corn is, what, about 20 or 22 inches? Again, some of you farmers out there can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that comes down to about 20 or 22 inches, about the narrowest it goes with corn, to my knowledge. I don't think they plant corn on 15-inch rows that I know of. But that also would be an option for soybeans. So like I said, lots of row width options when it comes to soybeans. Soybeans are not as picky as corn. And it pretty much probably comes down to more what the farmer has available and necessarily available as far as planters go, right? And necessarily, whichever row width they want. So again, some farmers just have one planter, just a row crop planter. They're going to plant both their corn and beans with that planter. Probably a good example of this, by the way, for those you watch. I believe it's the Millennial Farmer. I think he only has one planter, as far as I know of. One row crop planter, which is set up for 30-inch rows, to my knowledge. I'm not aware of that they have a drill of any sorts, or at least not one big enough to be planting fields with anyway. Okay, what are we? We're good halfway around the field here. I'll probably throw a hired worker on this at some point here, by the way. Actually, maybe once we get around the field. We'll go get the truck here and throw a hired worker on this. So far, I've been using the AI extension mod, by the way. Seems to be working pretty good here so far. The sprayer did, by the way, get stuck on that power pole. So everyone, when we went and did the first or second headland, something like that, hopefully the hired worker would stay away from the pole. Yeah, that didn't work. That did not work. Should have known. Should have known. Be interested to see what the hired worker does with this field. Again, we got some islands and stuff on it. Maybe I should use horseplay, right? Yeah, I got horseplay here. That would potentially work. Oh yeah, we're getting close to being all the way around. I can see where we started back over there already. Getting close. By the way, I would read some comments here this episode. Unfortunately, as I noted here the last couple episodes, everyone, apparently YouTube has changed up the way they handle their app. I can no longer go in and just like view comments here, and I've not figured out a way around that. So again, everyone, once I reply to a comment, that comment disappears off the list. And at least on the mobile version of it, I've not been able to figure out how to get them to show back up again. So, yeah. Reading comments, everyone, I'm not sure. Obviously, I'm recording this on a desktop here, so I could pull up the desktop version of YouTube. The only problem is, Evan, I can't, like, control that and play the game at the same time. So that's, everyone, typically why I always read the comments off one of my mobile devices. Typically, I got an iPad that sits in front of my computer. That is usually what I would use. However, like I said, at least on the mobile version of it, you can't view all comments anymore. Don't know if I'm very well possible I'm missing something. There might be a way to do it, but not that I'm seeing. Again, apparently YouTube has changed something here in the last week or two here, and they've apparently taken that feature away. Don't know why, but in some ways, I mean, it is nice. That way, if you do miss a comment, once you reply to a bunch of comments, you can refresh. The comments you've replied to disappear, and then you can see, if you've missed any comments or not. So in that way, everyone, it is a nice feature. But when you want to go back and say, like I like to do, everyone, on my videos, read some of you folks' comments, well, that's kind of hard to do now. So that's kind of unfortunate. Anyway, we'll go round up that truck here a moment. And the trailer. So far, it doesn't look like we're getting any modded equipment. I'm kind of disappointed with that. I was hoping to see some modded equipment here, but that is not happening so far. Yes, that's right. Semicolon. Changed to a semicolon here a while back for opening the tarp. I forget what N was conflicting with again, but oh well. Alpre has nearly full grain tank. Well, we better get over there then. Harvesting. Oh, he's at exactly. Oh, now he's at 81%. Was exactly 80% a moment ago. Okay, and the sell point we need to take this to is by the shop. Gotta remember that one? The one by the shop, whatever the name of that sell point is. Speed limit 55. Well, this truck doesn't even go 55. Which begs the question of a farming simulator. This looks like a fairly new truck. I'm not exactly familiar with the trucks here that are in farming, the man trucks, the European trucks here. But 55 or 51 miles an hour? Really? Is that the top speed of that truck? It seems ridiculously slow. From what I recall, I don't think the other truck's much better either, so why is the top speed only 51 miles per hour? Probably has something to do with the European speeds, I'm guessing. I'm not 100% sure on that. At least in the U.S. here, typical road speeds, 55 miles per hour. Out in the country, anyway. When you get into the city and residential areas, and it's 25, 35, 45, or somewhere thereabouts. But usually out in the country, everyone, speed limit is 55 miles per hour. I'm not sure what that is in kilometers, by the way, but 55 miles per hour out in the country, unless otherwise specified. But yeah, out in the country, I mean, a lot of times you don't see speed limit signs. Like, there's no, I shouldn't say there's no, but sometimes there is. Usually you don't see, like, 55 mile per hour speed limits posted. It'll just be a sign that says end of 45 mile per hour. And then it obviously goes up to 55 after that. Kind of how the speed limits, at least in the states, work here. Just most states, as far as I know, do it the same way. Out of curiosity, so that is Autumn Oaks Egg. Autumn Oaks Egg is where we need to take. Well, actually, I should double check, because that is The mission that's flashing here might be for the other one. Okay, let's go double check this here a minute. So we're doing field 25. Autumn Oaks egg, yep. Okay, they're both the Autumn Oaks eggs. Well, that makes it easy. That makes it, oh, wow, we're 30% into this? No way. We're not 30% harvest on this field already, are we? Third of the way? I don't know, maybe. That does not look like a third of the field harvested, does it? Of course, keep in mind, everyone, we don't necessarily have to have a third of the field harvested here either. It's, I don't know what, like 90% or something is probably required to keep the, or to finish the contract. Not sure on the exact numbers, everyone, but what are you going to do with the tree? That's going to be interesting. You're going to go right into the tree, aren't you? Okay, then. Great job. Great job there, hired worker. Sounds like that's right up there with something Horse Bay would like to do. Of course, I better not say anything. Everyone doesn't look like my driving's much better either, is it? Okay, hire the worker. Back in business. Let's go grab the truck here. Oh, and he's full. Wow, that did not take long. And yes, Evan, I waited till he was completely full. That way I won't have to unload on the go. Yeah, we're just going to pull up here and unload. While we're doing that, let's go check and see what else we got for missions. Evan, any other missions we can do here? Contracts. I keep calling them missions. Evan, missions, contracts. I guess they're probably technically a little bit different. Field 9, cultivating. Oh, that's a Vulture tractor, right? I don't think we can do that one, everyone. Pretty sure all the Vulture tractors are not safe for use here. With well, actually, did I deactivate? No, I don't think I deactivated GPS. Did I? I don't think so. Better not take that one then. Fertilizing. We could do it. That's actually not a bad mission. Everyone, $5,000 to fertilize. Not bad. Might just do that one. Let's borrow the items for that one there as well. Oh, wow. That's that is some narrow tires. Not something you see very often around where I live. Again, most crops are planted on 30-inch rows, everyone. So you don't need tires this. Actually, no, we need a little bit of fertilizer here first, don't we? Which, by the way, when I completed the fertilizing mission last time, I did bring the sprayer back to the shop here and unloaded the tote from it. So that way we wouldn't lose the money we had on that tote. Also, it doesn't seem like the spray gets used from the sprayer, so I'm only going to put just a little bit in it. Of course, now that I do that, it'll probably actually use the spray, and we'll need more, but whatever. Field 23. Okay, 23. Oh, that one back there. Okay. I ain't entirely sure how we get back there. I guess back that way, right? That's what it looks like. Yeah, rather enjoying this method of play here so far. All the different equipment we get to use, different fields we're working on. Kind of fun for something different. And I'm not entirely sure if we're going to go for it here or not, everyone, but kind of the big goals. Maybe see how quickly we can earn $1 million. Again, we started with nothing, everyone. We started with absolutely nothing. $0. And we're up to $28,000 here already this episode. Was episode 3? 4? I don't know. Somewhere in there. 5? Lost count. And this, everyone, is why I do not mention episode numbers when I'm recording videos. Got to keep track and remember what episode number we're on. Doesn't typically happen. Let's see, this is what? John Deere 6135M. M series tractor. A little bit less blingy model. If you want the blingy model of it, you got to get the R series. So like John Deere 6R series. Kuhn Metris 4102. Equilibra? I guess that's what that says, something like that. Okay, field entrance, we need, nope, I mean, not the next one, either the one after, way down on the end here. So that's what it looks like anyway. Oh, work zone ahead. Yep, road's closed. Actually, kind of an interesting way of ending the road. Logging operation ahead. Like I said, everyone, interesting way of ending the road here. Just, a bunch of road closed construction signs. Caution, minimum maintenance road, level B surface. Enter at your own risk. Level B surface. I don't think I've ever seen that on a sign before. Nope, that's not the one we need. There actually appear to maybe be a field there, though. Not listed on the map. Oh, look at this. We got a river to cross? Oh, my. Okay, we've arrived at our destination, Field 23, right? Double checking the mission here. Contracts, Field 23, fertilizing. Yep, liquid, solid, slurry, and or manure. We got liquid here, of course. Yes, you're not done. There you go. Okay, there we go. I was going to say, what? I guess I wasn't quite on the field far enough, was I? That's rather weird. Whoa, this is a wide sprayer, too, isn't it? Okay. What do we have? Yeah, the Star. That's right. We had the Star sprayer last time. I'm pretty sure this is even wider than the Star sprayer, isn't it? Okay, then. Well, it will not take long, or at least it shouldn't take long to finish this field here. Speaking of finishing, everyone, it looks like it is time to finish this episode here, unfortunately. So with that, everyone, thanks for watching. Comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And till next time.